Guys, Jay here. So, well, in this video, I want to share with you guys about a new character that I just made and, kind of play with color maps. And so far, it's pretty satisfying. It's pretty weird, but it kind of works. Am I going to recommend this build for anyone? Well, I don't think so, because first of all, it's pretty expensive, and second, a bunch of the items that I'm using is very, very specific, and if you want to just buy the same item, there's not a lot of them on the market, so therefore it is going to be super hard to actually replicate this without spending a shitload of money. So anyway, before we add into the actual build and some gameplay, I would like to give a big thank you to Mr. Benjamin, who reached out to me in-game and then kindly donated me IRL money, by the way. So it's just a donation through PayPal, and big thanks to you, sir. I actually just took my kid out for pizza, not once, as I promised, but I took him out for pizza twice. So, well, I guess money well spent for me, and hopefully it's money well spent for you as well. So anyway, another donation that I have been receiving, which is directly related to this character, which is this Mageblood, and then 90 Divine. So someone specifically, Farting Unicorn. Now that is the name that I truly fucking respect. Farting Unicorn from Discord pinged me and then offered to give me the Mageblood and 90 Divine because he quit the league and he want me to spend this on something stupid, make some kind of like stupid build. And this is, well, I hope you're proud with this creation, abomination of a creation. So I'm using Foulborn Rives with a kind of like an old build. So this is a new toy that is improving this old build. So Stormburst is a physical skill. Therefore, it actually benefits from physical skill. Have 1% increased duration per 12 intelligence. And we have 2 Rive equipped. And therefore, it is 2% per 12 intelligence. And we stack a bunch of intelligence. So this is a little bit close. It is around 120% increased duration for physical skill specifically. And then I have around another 120, I think it's 123% increased physical, increased duration for skill in here. So from mastery, from passive, obviously from the 2-wheel over here, 10% more. We have a little bit more on the skill tree, but they are very far, so I don't want to reach them. And, it started to be like having a diminishing return pretty much. Sorry. So anyway, I am just stacking a bunch of duration. And actually, the star is a very, very big item for this build. So it gives 30% quality and Stormburst. I actually have a base quality on the duration. Base duration on quality. What am I saying? Base duration for quality. So we have a lot of quality here. It gives a lot of extra duration. For example, I am even using an enhanced level 4 here without plus level in the item at all. So just 24% quality. If I removed it, so right now my Stormburst is 23.38 second. If I remove the enhanced, which is 24% quality, it goes down to 19.28. So more than 4 seconds lost in the duration. And if you know the mechanic of this skill, 75% of skill damage for each 0.4 second of remaining duration. And that is what scales the decay damage. So 4 seconds lost is 750% more damage lost. So therefore, nothing can come close to this gem for like damage with this skill. So enhance is very big, just scale the duration of Stormburst as much as possible pretty much, and we have a lot of damage. Moderation as well is very big support gem, like the best, and efficacy. So if we do more duration here, it goes down to 15.49. Super huge. And because Stormburst is actually not a very smooth skill to run around and clear with, if you are okay with like stopping channeling for like a little bit and then release, this is okay for you, then you can play with this. You don't need to have a secondary setup, but I have a secondary setup anyway for Decay, Blade Vortex, more duration, efficacy for even more duration and more damage over time, Withering Touch to add some chaos damage for the Blade Vortex, and ES Leech because 33% more damage, while on full energy shield actually applies to Decay as well, because it is just like general or generic damage. So yeah, mainly we just scale decay. So I just bring one stack of Blade Vortex, and that is going to last for like half a minute, and I just run through the map basically. That is the playstyle most of the time, right? On other gear, we kind of want intelligence. If you don't want to go like too heavy into intelligence stacking, like you want like a 1k intelligence. If you don't have budget to buy, even this string is actually not expensive, but you can buy like a time class strings. It can have up to 20% duration. So in terms of just duration, it is going to be better than these even. But they don't have the attributes that come with it. They don't have other stats. For example, I have Aspect of the Spider, and I have some big core resistance in this ring. These are all like failed reflect gear for Instacker, because you can see the global crit multi is a roll there and it is negative, so people are selling them for very cheap. So therefore I just buy a couple of them. I just buy 2 of them and I used for the build. Mageblood, did I tell you the story? Yes, I did. So story, Mageblood, super unethical. This is a donated from someone who quit the league, and I just used it here, so I have more quality of life and a little bit more defense for the build, because I can have permanent uptime on, and also juiced up Flask. For Jade Flask, for a bunch of evasion, some movement speed, and the phasing is really nice. With some suppress as well, we have like 19% suppress from this. And then Bismuth to cap out my elemental resistances, because the other gear doesn't have enough, right? So here is a boots that I did not have any gems on, but probably I don't know what I will put in here, but probably I think the best thing to put in here is just like a cast when damage taken setup. Probably cast when damage taken, and then either molten shell. I think it's gonna be a molten shell, and I don't know, maybe a golem or something, so I don't need to care about it. If it's up, it is up. If it's not up, then it's whatever. Maybe a Chaos Golem is going to be good because it gives dot multi, which is very nice, right? Other than that, the build is kind of, yeah, kind of finished. Just this one, we need to have a little bit more gem, and this one we have one more flask. So it will be a unique flask of some sort, probably. I'll see what is the best here. Obviously, Progenesis not an option as a CI build, right? So we will not be doing that. I am not also having the last Ascendancy node, so I can take this for 15% more chaos, but it feels very wasted because I have Wither very, very easily with the Withering Step and the automation. Just automatically create Wither stacks, and the Chaos Resistant is useless for CI, so I don't want to really use this point. Maybe I will try to see if a Bloodline actually fit this very well. And additional curse is not really necessary. If you are at hardcore, for example, you can think about getting like enfeeble into the character, into the build, but it feels like good enough. If I just run around, I mostly do not get hit, and if I get hit, I do have like half decent mitigation. So yeah, sometimes I would die. I think I died once with this character, but I did not do a lot of map, but it feels kind of safe enough, right? It just feels like you never get damage anyway if you just run through like this. So therefore, I don't feel the need of getting an additional curse for defense into the build. And for offense, I think the only thing that is going to improve the damage of the build is going to be punishment. So if you have like a corrupted Foulborn Ascendancy, then you can have punishment on hit. Or if you don't mind like using a curse in a manual way, whatever you want to do it, then you can also use punishment just by a gem, right? So maybe you can do like Arcanist Brand punishment and something else in here. That is going to be okay. Then you will need the third curse, and you can take this, right? So this is an option, but I think there might be something cool in the bloodlines that we can do. I am using Storm Shroud with the avoid being shocked coming from the Quicksilver over here. But if you don't have the Mageblood, then you can just have 60% on boots, and then maybe 40% from a jewel, and just put it in. Use a Stygian Vice and put a jewel with 40% avoid shock here, and it's going to be enough, right? The rest of the skill tree, I am having a light meaning for chaos damage here. No special Venn diagram jewels because I don't scale the aura. And the passive point is pretty like very tight. So I want to use the cluster jewel here as well. It gives me intelligence. It gives me chaos damage. So it's really nice. Some resist as well. And Megalomaniac. Suppression here. Wicked Pole. Some ES. Maximum percent intelligence. And one very important node, which is Chilling Presence. This is very weird combination that nobody used. Which is why this is 20 chaos. This is 30 chaos. So I just buy both of them. Obviously, if you want to get the exact same one, there's not. I am going to create a guide for this build because I think it is simple enough. It is performing well enough. Then I would just make a guide for it. And there will be a link for searching for the jewels. Yeah, I would just put it in the POE or maybe in the Mobilytics links. So I have been using like Mobilytics to create a guide for POE2. But this POE1 leak, I just do not have a lot of time available. So spending time to create a guide is a big investment for me. So yeah, I'll think about it. I'll see what I can do with it, basically. So yeah, maybe we can fine tune the tree. Okay, we can actually, if we do this point, then maybe we can just remove these two 5% ES and put it somewhere else better. Okay, this tree can be a little bit better, right? Is there anything else? No, let's just run through the map, right? So we turn on Blade Vortex and we run through and things will pop, right? By the way, I am having Hero of Ash in the build. It does not give any actual power. The only thing that it freaking gives is just, you know, it's just cosmetic. It's just the extra, like, fire explosion with MTX. That is the only thing that Hero of Ash is bringing to the table, by the way. The only thing. Alright, you can see the explosion looks a little bit more chunky. For bosses, I simply just like tap the Stormburst and we deals like probably not 40%, but because the decay for Stormburst is actually a level 35 decay, which have more than 4 times the base damage, I think, with the level 21. So therefore, that is 160% more damage comparatively. And yeah, that is a pretty big number. I don't know exactly what the number is. I did not POB this character, so I'll try and POB it after I make do this. Oh, big! We have a doubled. We have a freaking double temple. Alright, cool. Just tap everything with the decay, they would die. Holy, what in the hell? Just connect it to the entrance and we are done with the temple. Nice. I almost died there. Not that it mattered. No, it actually mattered because we need to connect the room, right? Okay, made 100 chaos with this temple. That's nice, right? Cool. Well, since we do not have anything else to talk about the build, let's just yap through the rest of the map. It's not a lot left, but let's just yap through, right? So, yesterday night, while I was sleeping, and when I wake up this morning, something is gone from my mouth, which is a wisdom tooth, and not a full wisdom tooth, but half of it. So the top part of the teeth is gone. And for the love of God, there's nothing else anywhere. So therefore, there's only one conclusion that I can draw from that, which is I actually just swallowed it. So I just swallowed my own teeth when I'm sleeping. I mean, what the fuck is that? I would need to go, you know, to a dentist and check it. Well, luckily, here in Vietnam, the services for like medical care is actually pretty darn good. You don't need to make an appointment or anything. You just show up. Most of the time, you don't need to wait anything like more than half an hour, especially if you have money. I don't really have money, But still, this is kind of like a very simple thing, and it's just available everywhere. So yeah, I could just have it checked very, very quickly. Hopefully there's nothing serious. Maybe I would just get it removed because the wisdom tooth is quite useless anyway, and it's kind of like a hollow in between. So I don't know, was there anything inside the shell of the teeth? Because normally for normal teeth there is, right? But I don't understand if that tooth actually have anything like contained inside of it. So therefore, that is the thing that I'm worried about, right? I don't worry. I'm not worried about if I swallow it. I for sure swallow at least the actual teeth. Um, but because the teeth is very close to your freaking brain, and there are like nerves and stuff that is connected very, very like directly, so therefore there might be issues if, at least I think, there might be issues if I just left it there and someday something bad happened, then there might be problems. So probably I will get it checked soon. Anyway, enough bedtime story. Hopefully you have a wonderful night, wonderful sleep tonight, knowing that your teeth can just randomly broke and fall right into your stomach without you knowing it until you wake up. I have never ever even anticipated that that would be a possibility. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next video. Peace. Teeth.